So the best business that you want to start if you want to make 10K per month as a beginner is going to be a social media marketing agency. So with an agency, there's a lot of simplicity to it to get ready to start. You don't really need a lot of money. You don't need thousands of dollars to start. Like most other businesses, if you're going to start a business, you need thousands of dollars of capital to put in so that you can actually get a building. You can get like maybe an office space, or you can get materials and just stuff that you're going to need to do your job. Pretty much everything is like that. You need to have a license. You need to get this, you need to get that approved by the government, whatnot. You need to have your supplies. Basically anything that you're going to need to do the job is going to cost you money. And with the social media marketing agency, you don't really need anything to start. You can literally start today with nothing, basically. All you need is basically a phone or a computer, and that's pretty much it. An email, possibly. I mean, I'm trying to think right now, like the easiest way to do it. Like, can you do it with there's probably somebody out there that has done it without an email. They probably done straight cold calls and got their first client. So you literally only need a phone, or if you don't have a phone, you just need a computer to email people. So you literally need two things to start, and it doesn't cost you any money to start up with, which you can add things to help to your advantage that's going to cost you money. But nothing's going to cost you as much as it would if you're running a business that needs like thousands of dollars per month, maybe for like to rent your space out or whatnot. So this is the easiest way to get to 10K per month as a beginner. And I'm going to explain a little bit more on why that is. So yeah, the first reason is you don't really need thousands of dollars to start out with, which is the main reason why a lot of people get into it these days, because they see a lot of people preaching this stuff about SMMA online and on YouTube, so that they actually want to start this and think, oh, it's going to be a lot easier than they see that in the year 2024, it's a lot easier to get an online business started and make quick money than it is to actually build your own business and build your own company like it would have been back in the day when we didn't really have the internet and social media and stuff like that, social media presence. So this is a very big benefit to people that are looking to start a business. And you really, so another interesting thing with this model is that in order to get to 10K, you only need 3 to 5 clients pretty much. So you could get 5 clients at $2,000 per month and you're at 10K. That's just 5 clients. When, let's say you want to open like a barbershop or something like that, you got to cut. You know how many heads you have to cut in order to get to 10K per month? Let's say you want to let's say you want to own any type of business pretty much that's like physically in person. It's going to take you years to build that company. And at that, it's small businesses fail within maybe like the first year or a couple years, I believe. So your percentages of actually starting a small business, a small local business, and you getting it to 10K per month is drastically lower than it is if you just get online and do like social media marketing for other companies. You can easily get online these days and make money. So you can do that through social media, internet, whatever you need. Everything is available to you to learn how to do this and how to make money, rather than you having to take a risk and spend a lot of money to put into your business, and then you figure out that your business just failed or flopped anyway. So it's kind of a benefit to technology that we have these days, is that we can start something with little money and grow it pretty quickly with only having a couple clients, rather than having to start your business with a lot of money and you might only get a couple clients and you spend all that money, you're not making more than you're spending. So that's why a lot of these small businesses just tank. I mean, it's sad to say, but you have to use what you have to your advantage. So like I said, you can have 3 to 5 clients and be making 10K already. So that's just the beauty of this model, is that you can scale to, you can be comfortable at, let's say you're comfortable at 2K per month, 3K per month, something that's just going to allow you to eliminate your 9 to 5 job. And you can do this at a full-time, like you don't need to put in the amount of hours that you would at a 9 to 5 in order to make money. Some people are just happy with doing this and getting maybe like 2 clients at $2K a month. That's $4K already a month in your pocket. Like 2 clients is crazy. Like a lot of people are going to their 9 to 5 working 8 hours a day to get maybe like 2K or less, maybe like 3K or under that. Like the majority of people are making like 3K per month or less. It's like the average income is, I believe, like 45K or like maybe a little bit under 50K, but the majority of people are making less than that at their 9 to 5s, and they're sitting there 8 hours a day doing something that they don't love. They have to be there full time. They get like an hour lunch break. You get a couple holidays every now and then. You only get a couple like sick leave and stuff like that. Like if you're sick long enough or you get injured, then they're basically like, they find somebody to replace you like that. So it's basically, you're always replaceable, and it's not something that you build up yourself. So it's not something you can be proud of and something that you can help people out with. It's a lot of these 9 to 5 is just you're helping the company and they don't really care about you. They just want to make their money, and you're just a placeholder to bring them more money. So it's pretty much like a lot of people are just happy with only having a couple clients and no more than that, because at that point in time, they can just have 2 clients where they only work a couple times a week. Like there's literally dudes working like 4 hours a week just doing service delivery and stuff like that for their current clients. They have 2 clients and you can literally live off of that. There's a lot of places in the world where, even in the US, like where you can, like where I'm from, you can live off of like 3K a month and be like satisfied with where you're at. Like you don't have to be making 10K per month in order to have all this freedom that they talk about. All you need to have literally is 2 clients, and you don't have to work. You work when you want and where you want. You can move, you can travel, you can do it on the go. That's the beautiful thing about the internet, is that you can literally log in wherever you're at in the world. If you have to do service delivery, you can literally log in, run some ads, or create a website, whatever you're doing for your for your clients. Whatever you're doing, you can literally log in at any location in the world for maybe 1 or 2 hours a day, and you're done. Like you can literally have the rest of the day to just do whatever you want, whether that's spend time with your family or just travel, have fun, do the things that you want to do. It's just the beautiful thing about this model, is that nobody's over you telling you what you need to do. You're not working 8 hours a day once you have the clients. I mean, it might take you that amount of work in order to get to where you want to be, to get your first client, but we all have to put in that type of work if we want to get to where we want to be. So nothing's going to come easy, but you put in the hard work at the beginning, you grind hard, you put in those 8 hours a day, and then you're going to get to the point where you're going to have clients coming in, because the 8 hours of grinding every single day is where you built your character and you built your business. So that's where everything's going to fall back on. At that point, you're going to know what to do. You're going to know the process that works for you to get clients, get people on appointments, book them into sales calls, and then turn them into clients. It's going to be like easy work to you. So you can decide what you want to do with that, whether you want to have just a couple clients making a couple thousand per month, or if you want to just keep building that on. That's the beautiful thing about it, is you can keep building on to that and add more clients to your business, and it's unlimited potential to scale. You can have 2 clients or you can have 50 clients. There's agencies that had 50 clients and they have trouble trying to keep track of all of them. So those are the type of problems that you want to have in your business. You want to have problems with too many clients. That's just the beautiful thing about it. It's not, you're not stressing about what you need to do for your boss at your 9 to 5, what you need to do this day, what you need to do that day. Every single day, the same thing, grinding for the same amount of money. Your input doesn't determine your outcome of income. So like you're going to a 9 to 5, and no matter how hard you work, you're still going to have the same amount of salary. Like in this, the harder you work, the more salary you're going to have. You basically determine your own outcome. So And another thing that's great about SMMA is that there's a big profit margin when you are actually making the profit. Like in a lot of other businesses, you have a lot of expenses that you have to account for. And at the end of the month, when you account for all your expenses and stuff like that, your profit that you take home is actually not as much as you would see on paper. So at the end of the month, you're not taking home as much as you would like to. And it's just a lot harder because you have to put money into these other aspects of your business in order to help you keep gaining that money. So with this model, all you need to do is basically, you don't even need you can have a media buyer as well, which is gonna bring your profit margins down just a little bit, but it's still, the majority of it is like, you're still gonna have like a 70 to 90% profit margin, because media buyer is not gonna, and depending on how you cut your deal with your media buyer, they're not gonna take half or more. So a lot of the times they're taking like maybe 30% or 20% of what you made, and which is still a beautiful thing because they do hard work as well. They're gonna do the hard work for you, which takes a lot off your shoulders as well. You don't have to do the service delivery. All you have to focus on is getting appointments and signing clients, and they do the rest. Like, that's just the amazing business model. I mean, 50% of that would even be like a win for you. Even if you had to give them 50 or like 40, that's still a win for you because you're still able to scale your business to make unlimited amount of money. So, but let's say you didn't have a media buyer, you're doing all the service delivery yourself. That's like a 95% to 100% profit margin, but it's probably going to be like a 97 because of some of the softwares that you're going to use, and some of the maybe just like some of the expenses that cost, like in terms of like your emails and stuff like that, depending on what you're doing. But literally, you're taking home 97% of the profit is like crazy. Like, you can't do that in like a physical business. There's nowhere that you can do that with a local business making 97% profit margin. So it's just crazy to think that you can do that. And so the last thing is that you don't need to be skilled to do this. I mean, you need to have somewhat skill, but you can start off as basically an idiot. Like, I literally started off knowing nothing. I literally started off just going off of what other people taught me from videos and courses and stuff like that. Like, I didn't know how to do anything. I literally just jumped in and I was already getting like attention. You can get interest without having any skill. You can be an idiot as long as you have like a good offer and somewhat sort of a structure for your business, and something you can provide that's going to be something that is going to be very valuable for the clients that you're trying to get. You literally don't have to be that skilled. So with anything else, you have to have a skill that takes years to basically build up and years to acquire of practicing that skill and mastering that craft before you can even open a business to offer something. Like, I can't just go open a barber shop right now and I can't cut hair. Like, it takes me years of practice, years of work, years of like schooling in order to get my license. It just takes a long time to start any business. Besides, you can literally, with SMMA, you literally can just hop on the computer right now, start emailing companies. Hey, just come up with an offer in your head, start throwing it out there, and companies can start biting on that. And you don't even know how to provide the services yet. You can literally just come up with an idea in your head, start messaging people on DMs, calling people, and somebody might say, hey, this is very interesting. I want to learn more about it. So why don't we hop on a call? And literally, if you do well on the call, you might have just signed a $2,000 client like that. It's just crazy that you can do this. And like, there's people out there that's like, oh, there's people that know this information is out there and they still won't even try it. That's the crazy thing about it. There's people that will still complain about, oh, minimum wage is way too low. Like, we can't live in 2024. Do they not know like what they're doing? Do they not know where we live? Like, they don't care about that. Like, nobody cares about your problems. Like, you literally have all the tools out there you need to at least try to become a better version of yourself. So it's like, you have all this information, free value out there on the internet, and you don't want to take time out of all it takes is literally time. All you have to invest is time. You don't even have to invest money in courses and stuff like that to start out with. You can literally find the majority of this stuff on YouTube to start for free to start your agency. So it's literally, you don't need to have any skills. You build your skills over time. The more you do with speaking to people one-on-one, the more you speak to potential clients and stuff like that, that's where you're going to build your skills. The more sales calls you do, that's where you're going to build your sales skills. No one's going to come into this skilled unless they had a sales job before, where they're talking to people every single day, or a customer service job to where they know how to speak to people one-on-one. But the majority of these people majority of you guys that are starting an agency don't really have that type of customer interaction, like personal one-on-one conversation skills that it takes. Because a lot of you guys are like more like, I don't know how to say it, but your personality type is more of just like you want to be behind the computer, which is very fine. Like, I was that as well. I learned a lot of customer relations just from like working my job and stuff like that. But this will require you to, like, it forces you to have better customer service just by, or a better one-on-one personal skills just by getting on sales calls. The more calls you do, the more comfortable you're going to get. So there's not really very many downfalls to this business model. Like I said, I believe it's the best business model to make 10K per month as a beginner. You literally don't need anything to start. You just have to have a great mindset and just go from there, man. You just got to keep building. So yeah, that's the best business model to make 10K per month if you're a beginner. And even if you're not a beginner, if you have experience in sales or whatever it is, you can take that experience, bring it into SMMA, and you're gonna scale your agency like that a lot quicker than normal. But either way, you can go from beginner or intermediate or expert. You're gonna get there eventually. All you gotta do is keep working. So yeah, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. If you guys have any questions, just drop me a DM and I'll be back with more.